Alright, welcome back to 2018 Year of RPG. Last time we finished the Hostile Hotel, and giving a little bit more thought about it, I've decided that with this hold, because I do want to do I do want to get the other checkpoint, the score checkpoint, so I will probably just play through every entry until I get to unending, and then I will go back through and replay any where I've missed score checkpoints at the end of the LP, I think. Because I do want to just get through everything once first so I can see what all the entries are. So with that in mind, on to math class, where we're doing Exponentiate by Zindaris, who's pretty new to RPG architecture, but he seems to have been getting into it recently, so we'll see what he's come up with for this. Around here, when you take is just as important as what you take. Ah, okay. When you take is just as important as what you take. Okay. And it looked like there was maybe some sort of scripted thing here. I see. So, the way this is going to work is if I do this, I have basically wasted a bunch of resources because I do this. Oh, it's an interesting sound effect. And now we're on a ×2 multiplier. But if I start over... well, I have to take something. So do I want the extra 1 attack or the extra 1 defense? I think we'll take the defense first. Yeah, that's how I figured this would work. But actually, I don't want to take any of this stuff until I've explored and seeing what my other options are. Okay. Okay, and it looks like it's just ×2 every time, so I go 2, 4, 8, 16 like that. That would make sense. How about this for some reason? Well, I mean, I guess it is the only way I can go through here, and I have to do that at least once in order to get down here to the spider. Okay. There's the sword. Eyes everywhere. Zindaris' trademark checkpoint. A room to the north that we require a sword for. And a door that opens after killing all of the Mad Eyes. Okay. Let's see, we can buy a multiplier here, but oh, that's going to get expensive quickly. Oh dear. So that's going to be one of the first ones we want, in all likelihood. And here, now, so this is interesting. So I basically want to fight a bunch of stuff. But I need to get some stats and health and all that first in order to actually be able to do that. Alright, so what are we looking at for the roaches here? 1 attack would actually have made a difference in terms of their stat line. So already I'm thinking I might want to do 1 attack instead of 1 defense. Interesting. And we do have to go through all of this. Let's see, +2 for these guys, +1 for that. We do want this reasonably soon. So, well, there's a multiplier there. We have an attack gem here. What does the green key do? Nothing. Okay, so that's going to be for up here, I guess. Again, we need the sword to be able to see up there. Okay. We're not getting the spider anytime soon. I do not see a shield. So sword is our priority, but more defense would certainly be nice because we don't even have a wooden shield for the defense buff. Alright, so roaches it is. +1 attack. +2 to attack us with the roaches again. So we'll do that. Defense would save us 8 damage on each hit. Interesting. Do I just grab this now because... No, we're gonna hold off on that. We've got health there if we need it. So this times 2, this times 2, this times 2. 3 options. 2 yellow keys gets us our cheapest one. Yellow keys are all here. Oh, and here. And here. That is 7 yellow keys. 6, 7. 7 doors? Good to keep an eye on these things. Also, I did see this, but I figure I should call it out. This is going to be where we're going. Once we get that sword, we'll definitely have 20 greckles by then. So yeah, I guess I spend these greckles as soon as I get them, but for now... Let's see, 4 attack would make this easier, but I don't want to grab all of the attack early. I think we're going to go up here now, because we do need to grab these things on the way to the sword anyway. We're still a little bit short on you. You guys hit pretty hard. So that's a lot of hits I just took. But that defense is going to pay off eventually. So actually, I can just go through you right now. Okay, I have a weapon. And I have 20 greckles. So... we have a couple of things we can explore before we go any further. Okay, we got a golem. We've got a stash with a whole bunch of swordsmen. That looks pretty nasty. Some tar. Okay. So really, we just have to fight one tar baby to get the attack there. Another exponentiation there. Yellow key, green key, 2 green keys. Okay, so the green keys are just blocking this thing off. Of course, we need a lot of attack. We need a lot of attack before we're going to be getting in there. And an injured slayer. Okay, that's fair. Injured slayer that we have to get past in order to get through here. So already I'm really liking this. I think this is kind of a cool gimmick. Basically, don't grab free stuff at the very beginning, but instead try to grab it as late as possible with the knowledge that you're still going to need to do it eventually. Okay, so if I want this health, which is going to be worth, this is going to be a lot of health by the time I get around to it. But again, I need to spend all of the greckles here. All of the greckles, and that's going to be prohibitively expensive. Well, then again, this rattlesnake is going to be worth a ton of money when I get around to dealing with it. Okay, now there's a yellow key there. The robot in this room can transform your rep into greckles, but it's faulty, so it'll only work once. Okay. So that's good to know. Oh, it is actually a robot. Too bad we don't have the construct graphic in RPG, because that would have been perfect for this. Okay, so basically I have a rep to greckle trait, so that's good. So it's neat seeing that these different uses for rep appearing in the holds. So again, hold off as long as you possibly can, because once you've done basic, let's put this in terms of numbers here. The way the robot works is you'll see that most of these monsters have the same rep and greckle value. So basically, every monster that you kill before you activate the robot is worth double greckles, is how it works. But once you activate that robot, you no longer get the double greckles from stuff. Okay, yeah, so this stuff is starting to look pretty weak. Sword makes a big difference. But we're still wanting greckles, we're still wanting... Oh yeah, this stuff's pretty nasty. Oh, yeah, mines aren't too bad. Yeah, we're still wanting stuff, but we also want to get the multipliers as quickly as possible. So we can get... Well, no. See, that's the complication. We want the multipliers as quickly as possible, but we don't want to get the multipliers until we've spent our money on these gates. Okay, roaches are pretty trivial at this point. Spider, I can't get through. I have a yellow key, so I could just do this right now. Spider's worth 8 greckles, not the best. Okay. I'm tempted to just ignore all of the greckles. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ignore the gates and just try to get the multipliers as quickly as possible. So... yeah, so with that strategy in mind, we're going to do this. I do have to take the health to get the key. Okay, so we're gonna do this one first because we have to get the health. So we'll do it like this. You can still be a spider. Okay, yeah, so that's times 4. So that was 1. We still have this one, which we're basically never going to get. We've given up on it. This we can get... The reason I'm giving up on these is because I just don't see myself getting enough greckles anytime soon. These monsters are not worth enough, even at 20 per gate, so I don't think the greckle trades are particularly valuable. 2 green keys for that. I mean, eventually. But I guess the next thing we want to do, now that we've got the health, we actually need some health. We need some health now before we can actually do anything else. Okay. Do you have a relatively small health? It's accessible? No. Okay. How about you? You're more damaged than the lie. Okay. So I have to grab one of these. Might as well be this one. Might as well. Grabbing way more than we really want. I has greater potential for reduction. Although this way we do have to grab the defense shield gem early. So we won't. We're definitely going to take the double up to 8. Yeah, because now those gems are going to be worth so much more. I think I am at a point where I need to start getting stats. Because... yeah, well, what's left as far as these exponentiations? We've got this one here behind 2 green gates, and this one behind 240 greckles. Okay. And that's it, right? So that's where I am. Okay. Yeah, so we just have those 2 left. So it's grinding for greckles or getting 2 green keys and 2 yellow keys. Well, 2 green keys is going to involve ridiculous amounts of stuff. So basically at this point, is it F2? Collection. And make like a patron and collect. So at this point, I'm not concerned about saving stuff. I'm just going to grab as much as I possibly can because the snake has absurd stats and I just need to be able to get through it in order to ever get to the next thing. So I have opted to not really care about much of anything at this point. We're just going to... let's put this down out of the way. Yeah, you guys can't even hurt me, so I might as well. Might as well. You still hurt me. Roach Queen doesn't. But all it does is gives me some health and a key. Yeah, these are 80 greckles apiece, not happening. I can get through you guys relatively cheaply. How are these things looking? These things are still pretty nasty. Golems are indestructible, but we're 2 attack gems away from them not being indestructible. Okay. Right, okay, so I guess that's what we do now. Yeah, because we need more than 8 attack for these. I could be grabbing the defense, but 8 attack was up there. But honestly, I think at this point we just need the keys. Wait, what am I saying? Why do I need the keys? I need attack for you guys. I need 2 attack, then I can break through the golems. Which will give me access to this room. Keys gives me access to a green key, but that doesn't help until I can get through this rattlesnake a whole bunch of times. So now I can get through you. You don't actually do that much damage, but I don't think getting through you particularly helps me at the moment. Swordsman, everything here does so much damage, except for the Neathers. So I could get a yellow key out of that. I could also get a whole bunch more attack. 24 more attack. Put me at 100. Which, I mean, it helps, but... Oh, there are arrows under this. Well, that's a lot less interesting than I was looking for.
You haven't seen the last of me!
Yeah. Okay, well, that's some information. So at this point we decided we were just getting attack. Should we be grabbing all the defense too? Okay. So we're just going for stats at this point. So you guys hardly hurt us. We almost have enough greckles for a single gate. Still need a lot. Still need a lot of greckles if we're gonna get any of these trades. Well, keys only help me with this. There's some stats. That was a lot of money. Which suggests that I shouldn't have grabbed this right away, maybe. Because I'm already... Yeah, I can already afford this. Okay. Collection, restore. So we need attack. We need attack in order to deal with a bunch of this stuff. We're gonna hold off on defense until we get that +2, I think. Yeah, we're taking a lot more damage this way. That's fine. Don't that attack? Not right away. So now if we kill a single golem, that'll get us... that's too much damage. We need, what, we need 20 more greckles? Oh, we can get... whatever. We can get 20 more greckles. That won't quite do it. We are short 2 greckles. So we have to grab some help. Okay. Well, that'll give us enough to deal with the golem. So we'll do that. Alright. Oh, I guess I could have done this one. Would have been slightly smarter. Okay. So now... I mean, we have this one, which we're never going to get, basically. So... let's go... times 16. Yeah, so much help. We're just going to grab everything and then we're going to see what the consequences of that is. You guys are free. 160 greckles per gate. How much for this snake? Not that much. We can do it. Anything here? Goblins and ethers are free. Which gives us a lot more defense. Tar babies are free. Okay, so I've got these. Well, we're definitely going to want one of these because it'll make the swordsman a lot cheaper. You know, if we take 2 more defense gems, this rattlesnake becomes free. Still, that's still quite a bit of damage per hit. That attack didn't make that much of a difference, honestly. Yeah, because that's still hitting me pretty hard. I do have the ability to just buy more stuff here, too, if I want to. There's 160 each, but, I mean, this is as cheap as it's going to get. So if we're doing that... What's going to help us more against the rattlesnake? Defense. Okay. Yeah, rattlesnake's now free. I have enough keys to get this last multiplier. Before we do that, we want to spend as many of these greckles as we can. We're not getting to this. That's just not happening. So we can get 800 health on each of those. Here by my attack. That's fine. Oh, 160. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean... The balance of this thing seems a little bit off. Because I can actually just afford to get all of these now, which means... Like, what am I not going to be able to afford if I wait as long as possible here? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is going to be 6, sorry, 7. Numbers, 7. There are 7 gates. So with 7 gates, at 160, I can afford that. So that's going to be what? 7, 21, 42, 112, is that right? 1,120? But I cannot afford double that. Well, and obviously I'm going to buy those now. And then how much more money do I have sitting around here? 40 for the gel babies, 55 for the swordsman. So we're looking at 300, which is less than a single door. And these are costing 320. Alright, 1,000 greckles. We'll get you at the very end for score. Okay. There is that option. So 3,200. I mean, this, okay, so, yeah, because this will be double that, because it's 5, that's 10. Okay, so yeah, this is 1,600 greckles that I need to get through everything with the multiplier. This was 300, which was 1,400. So if I open 1 or 2 more of these doors, I'm gonna go with 2 more. Okay. Now, obviously, I just do everything. That's not the exit I wanted. Wait, swordsman is 0? Oh no, they still hit me, it's just that... Well, that's not getting cheaper. Are you guys getting cheaper if I grab all this, though? Almost certainly, yeah. But this is going to save me 32 damage 4 times. Oh, okay, no. That's almost certainly less than this, okay. 32 damage 5 times. But now, yeah, now you're free. So I save myself a little bit more that way. Okay. Okay, neat premise, but it was pretty easy once I got going. Obviously this isn't optimized, but, yeah. Yeah, you're gonna attack me first, but that's fine. And that's my score. Okay, so that was Exponentiate. A few interesting choices to make along the way, but ultimately you just had so many resources that, like, I identified the greckles early on, and I was like, I kind of gave up on that multiplier. I just assumed I wasn't going to get it, and then I just ended up with so much money that I, yeah, it ended up not being an issue. The robot, I wonder. Well, I mean, it wouldn't make that much of a difference playing it without the robot, because what the robot did was help me get into here. Anyway, that was Exponentiate. Congratulations. Without the S. Congratulations. Okay. Well, that was math class. We learned that multiplying by 2 can be difficult. But if you just assume that the numbers will be high enough, then your answer is close enough. I think that's how math works, right? Just assume the answer is close enough, and you win. Full marks on the test. Alright. Yeah, so that was fun. But yeah, again, felt fairly straightforward once we started actually poking at it. Okay, next is going to be chemistry with another Zendaris entry. Okay. Crystalline flow. So we'll see what the gimmick here is with this one in the next part, I guess. So I will see you then.